Imagine living in a world without mobile phones. No calls, no messages, no internet. If you wanted to talk to someone far away, you'd have to send a letter and wait days, even weeks. Hard to believe, right? But that's exactly how the world was just a little over a century ago. The beginning of communication. The story begins in 1876 when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. It was a miracle. People could talk through wires for the first time in human history. But still, those phones were big, fixed, and could only work with cables. The idea of carrying a phone in your hand sounded like pure science fiction. The birth of the mobile idea. In the 1940s, engineers began experimenting with radio communication. They created car phones that worked through radio towers, but they were huge, expensive, and worked only in limited areas. Then came a man who changed everything, Martin Cooper, an engineer at Motorola. In 1973, he made the first truly mobile phone, the Motorola Dynota XA8000X. That phone was about 25 centimeters tall, weighed 1 kilogram, and cost nearly $4,000. It could store only 30 phone numbers and offered just 30 minutes of talk time after a 10-hour charge. Still, that was the first time someone could talk wirelessly while walking on the street. Martin Cooper called his rival from AT&T just to say, "I'm talking to you on a mobile phone." The 1980s, the era of luxury. In the 1980s, mobile phones were a luxury symbol. Only businessmen or the rich could afford them. They were large brick phones, heavy and not very practical. But this was the beginning of a dream. The 1990s, the world gets connected. As technology improved, phones became smaller and cheaper. This is when companies like Nokia, Ericsson, and Motorola became household names. Phones now had text messaging, SMS, better batteries, and simple games. Who can forget Nokia 3310, almost unbreakable? With the legendary Snake game, people started carrying phones everywhere. It wasn't just a luxury anymore. It became a part of daily life. The 2000s, the revolution begins. Then came 2007, the turning point. When Steve Jobs introduced the first iPhone, everything changed. It had a touchscreen, internet, camera, and the App Store. It wasn't just a phone, it was a computer in your pocket. Soon, Samsung, HTC, Huawei, and others followed with Android phones. Now, calling was just one of hundreds of things a phone could do. The 2010s, the smartphone age. With faster internet, 3G, 4G, now 5G phones turned into our lifeline. We could watch movies, shop online, work, study, and connect with people around the world. Apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook became part of daily routine. The camera improved so much that people started calling it a pocket DSLR. Now phones had fingerprint sensors, and even AI assistants like Siri and Google Assistant, face unlock, wireless charging,